The National Afro-American Museum and Cultural Center in Wilberforce reopens this weekend with a new exhibit called Rhythm of Revolution. The exhibit maps the visual flow of artistic, cultural, social, and political change in America from 1619 to the present day. Now, this exhibit was created by museum curators who worked with Wright State University graduate students. And this morning, Hadley Drudge and his assistant curator at the museum, and Daniel Willis is one of the Wright State students who worked on the project. They both join us live this morning. And Hadley, I want to start with you. Tell me a little bit about the Rhythm of Revolution, this exhibit, and what people can expect if they come on out.
Sure, thanks so much. We're really excited about this exhibit because it does follow a very long timeline, so we get to tell so many different stories. We are focusing on the story of resistance, of reclamation, the fight against white supremacy. But what we're doing differently in this exhibit is focusing on how art was this vehicle for change, not just politics. So you'll get to see some really beautiful artifacts, learn some stories you may not have heard, some you may have, and kind of walk with us through this timeline into the present day and hopefully leave with kind of a charge for the future, kind of feel really inspired to carry this story with you as you go forward.
Now, Daniel, tell me about the role that students had during this process.
So all of us, the exhibit goes through 6 time periods, roughly 1800 to now. We were divided into groups of 2 for each of those 6 eras. And so each student was responsible for researching artists and artifacts and writing the panel text and putting their exhibit section together.
Now, Hadley, tell me a little bit about the museum. What are some of the other things people can expect if they come out there and experience this?
Sure, we have some really great exhibits on display right now. Our long-term exhibit is a military history exhibit, but also so much more. It's a story of double victory during World War II. We have another exhibit called Queens of the Heartland that follows 30 African-American women that all had ties to Ohio. This exhibit was also featured on a recent episode of The Art Show on Think TV if you want to learn more before you come. We have a beautiful exhibit on the story of Black comics. And then if you're also interested in learning more about museum history, we tell you a little bit about Wilberforce history and the story of the museum. So a lot of different exhibits with a lot of different topics, but each exhibit we want anybody to be interested in. If you're not into military history, you still have a lot to look forward to with, the World War II exhibit, for example.
I'm a big history buff myself. Looks super interesting. The National Afro-American Museum and Cultural Center is located at Wilberforce University's campus, and that's on Brush Row Road in Wilberforce. You can get more information on their hours at ohiohistory.org. Hadley, Daniel, thank you both so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you.